Alrighty, folks, about 2 weeks ago, I was excited to announce a new addition to the One Rental at a Time family, Privy. If you just watched video number one, they have now launched their buy and hold or long-term landlord portfolio. It's a super sexy video. I now want to step back and go, what are two questions I get all the time? We're going to tackle number one now and number two in a subsequent video. So Scott, thank you for being here today. How are you?
Thanks for having us. I'm doing great. Thanks, Michael.
Awesome. And Benson, how are you?
Oh, doing fantastic. I love these. They're a lot of fun. Appreciate you having us.
So topic number one that I get from a lot of folks is they read my book, One Rental at a Time. They get the focus and daily discipline, but they don't believe their market is where they want to invest. It doesn't make sense. It's too expensive, whatever the reason is. And they always come to me and say, Michael, where should I go? Well, frankly, not my area of expertise. I know one market in depth. I'm not the guy to come to. When you guys, and specifically Scott, when you reached out to me, gosh, 10 weeks ago and said, hey, we want to do something. This was the first thing I thought about, was that One Rental at a Time student. So what I would love to do is bring up the map and kind of go, what do you want? Where should I go? And again, I don't think this is going to tell someone explicitly, but it's going to show them possibilities.
Sure.
So why don't you level set what we're looking at here?
Yeah. So this is our data coverage map. Blue areas are where we're direct to MLS, which is huge, of course. It's going to be the most accurate and up-to-date data. Red areas are where it is coming soon, the MLS. We've also got public record information, third-party listing data. That's information that you might be able to find with some of our competitors. The blue stuff is going to be pretty unique to us. It's we mention it a lot, but it's a heavy lift, and we're proud that we have all that data. And we're able to show.
And I want to remind people, again, I've told them all the time that Altos Research, one of the follows on Twitter, is most valuable for me because it is active, up-to-date information. So that is the blue. A lot of people do pendings. A lot of people do this. That stuff's stale. In a market that is hot as we're in today, it is about direct to MLS. That is where most stuff is. And most buy and hold investors, we don't do mailers. We're not doing driving for dollars. We're not doing SMS. We're not doing all that nonsense. We are full-time jobs with growing families, and we're shopping on the MLS. So makes total sense why this is unique.
We've done the research. Our data, we have a data science team. We've kind of confirmed that I think it's 60 to 70% of all fix and flips that have happened in the last year are happening on the MLS. So if you're getting it's a fix and flip and you're listening to guys that still want you driving for dollars, you're
burning money. You're burning capital. That's crazy.
And again, I will say too, guys, I forgot to start to talk over you, is that we're talking about like deal source right now. Yeah. Let's not forget what the MLS was originally kind of designed for, was comping, right? So like you're also comping with direct to MLS data. That is really where the differentiator is like you're running your numbers. If you're off 5% in either direction, that literally is the difference between you making and losing money on a deal or passing up on a deal because you're not confident in your numbers or getting into a deal you shouldn't be in. So it's the analysis of the properties that you're looking at with that direct to MLS that really gets elevated.
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm really comfortable saying is I've always thought Privy, and this is what I said yes to Scott 10 weeks ago, was it is a metal detector that can help me find where I'm comfortable digging. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios, Scott. We're going to play with this map, right?
Let's do it.
So I'm going to pretend, again, I always pick on San Diego. I'm a San Diego investor. I don't want to invest in my backyard because it's ridiculously expensive. But you know what? I keep hearing the Midwest is a good place to be.
Okay.
So why don't we go to, I don't know, around Indianapolis or St. Louis? Let's do St. Louis. What the heck? I know there's a guy on my channel that's in St. Louis. So we'll do St. Louis. Why don't we just say, again, I want to go in St. Louis. Maybe my college roommate's there or my aunt lives there or somebody I know. And let's just start poking around St. Louis.
Okay. That sounds good. What are we looking for here? Do you want to look at successful flips that have happened?
No, let's do buy. No, dude, we're buy and hold, man. Come on.
Okay. Let's look at some fix and flips.
No, we're not looking at.
Sorry. Let's look at some buy and holds.
Thank you. We're doing a buy and hold. Why don't we set the criteria like it's the Midwest? So we'll do a 9 cap or whatever you want to call it.
Here, let's. So we have Benson. Can you explain sort of the difference that we're doing here between buy and hold? And I think I should flip over to long-term rentals is probably what we want to look at, right?
Yeah, long term.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long term rentals. Sorry. I'm
So
using the wrong word. I'm sorry. Long term
That's
rentals.
okay. You said you were looking for a 9 cap?
Yeah, let's find out. Again, I'm just poking around. I'm in San Diego. I'm looking at the water.
St.
I wanna
Louis.
know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here's what we got. Let's go. These are sold deals. Let's actually go.
Well, let's look at this for a moment
Okay.
here, because this is telling us what it currently is, right? So these are rental properties. These are properties that sold.
Yep.
That may or be rentals currently, right? So
Mhm.
we're looking at rental properties that people have purchased as an absentee owner,
Mhm.
and these are the numbers that they were looking at when they bought them.
There you go.
So knowing that about the market, knowing what happened in the past, right? Because we use the same philosophy that we used with fix and flip to find good deals now that you can flip. You find successful fix and flip first. With this, we're finding successful acquisitions of rental properties. And then we can use that as a baseline of like, this is what you can expect in the market. And now we go look.
Yeah. And I can't stress this enough, because you're direct to MLS, you're actually getting pictures. So why is pictures important? One, these are sold, so you know the after value or you know what it looked like. Then you can start to estimate, because one of the things you're going to do in my methodology is figure out make ready. So as you dig into St. Louis or any market, I pick St. Louis randomly, you can understand different conditions, different rates, and really start getting make ready dialed in. So pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. So these are sold, which is a great find. Why don't we flip to, I guess, what, active? Yeah, active.
Yeah, let's look at some active stuff. Let's see what this looks like. This was listed today. $55,000. We have rental rates, rental comps between $875 and $1,000.
And you
Looks
could
like it's
scroll
actually in
down.
pretty decent shape.
Yeah. So this is definitely, yeah, it's hard to tell if it's actually a rental today. Or actually, could you tell that? Is there a way to tell that? Is the current owner living at the address, or is it, because that'd be public records.
You're
Maybe it says.
asking,
So
sorry, what?
this is active. It's on the market.
Right.
Is there a way for us to know if this is owner occupied or a rental today? I mean, sometimes it'll be in the description.
Yeah, so sometimes it's in the description, but we look at the addresses of the owner compared to the subject property. So if it was an absentee owner, then we would see an icon in the top section there that would say absentee owner. So this one is not an absentee owner. This one is actually owner occupied.
That is awesome. That is, I was hoping, because again, knowing you guys are sourcing this, I was hoping, and you nailed it. I like it. Yeah, that's a different answer, right? Is it already an absentee owner? Are they remote? Are they going on? Is it owner occupied? It's just, the more data you can collect in your search, right? Your metal detector, the better you can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to call out again the comps that we have, how we can let you know that this is above a 9% cap rate. We've got 3 rentals within a half mile. The closest one is 0.07 miles away. So essentially right next door. These all have the same square footage. They all have the same number of beds. They all have the same number of baths. We know what they're renting for. And based on that, we know the cap rate. We know we're getting over a 9% cap rate. I could go in and make sure, see if I have to do any work on these, see sort of the level of construction that they needed to get.
There's one that's dialed in. Yep. And if you're buying a subject prop, this is exactly what people would do. I'm looking at an active listing. It's in lived in condition. There's a rental down the street that's getting, I don't know what it was, $1,000. It's dialed in.
Right.
Now what I need to do, and again, you guys helped me in video number 1, I need to figure out the delta, the make ready. Is it a lipstick $5,000? Is it a heavy lift? There's just all of these great things that the Privy is going to really help people dig in. So pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Okay. So again, this is really helping the person of, hey, I live in San Diego. Again, just an example. Don't want to invest here for whatever reason. I want to look at a big map and decide where to dig in. I am never going to tell you where to do that, but you can set your criteria. You should probably spend I don't know, let's give you 7 to 10 days digging around. And then we're going to get into number 3, talking about executing your buy box and tracking. But this is definitely going to help people, move forward. Because again, Privy is going to give you actives and solds. But then, folks, please ask yourself where you have a network. Privy can help you. You can see at the top, you got an agent there, Linda McCaskill, I think.
Right.
That could be help a little bit. But you should also check your network, college friends, family. Where do you, other investors you may know? This is about building a team. The team is important. The market in this case is St. Louis. If you're out of state or out of area, it's the team. It's always the team. So remember that.
Absolutely.
So anything else,
Scott, I will
wanna...
ask you to, if you open up one of these ones that looks like a decent deal, like find one that looks like a good
First
deal.
one we were looking at let's see what this one is. Was this one pretty decent?
Yeah. So scroll down to the very bottom of the CMA. We actually show you, well, we should, let's see, is that loading?
It says loading. Yeah.
Should be there by now. Let me try a different one.
Let me try a different one. That one might be,
Yeah, it's
not
okay.
sure what it is, but so we show you the assumptions here.
Look at that. So let me look at this. Hold on. Okay. All right. Property. Again, a lot of people, when you're doing your, buy box and all this, you want to know tax rates, property management. It's all right there for you. I love that. You're assuming a down payment. Mortgage payment. Does it say the interest rate somewhere? That
It
you're
doesn't
assuming?
currently. So we're actually working on a phase 2 release that will give you
Okay.
more insight, and also
Mhm.
eventually you'll be able to edit these assumptions on the
Perfect.
fly to
I like
adjust
that.
based off of your current situation.
Yeah,
Right.
because maybe you are using property management. Maybe you live local and you're going to self-manage like a couple of my millionaires. So you'll take that from 10 to 0. This is exactly what I would hope would be here. I love the fact that there's version 2 or update or whatever you want to call it coming. I love the closing costs because again, closing costs, so simple. That's $1,000 coming out of my pocket. That should be included in my yield calculation. I love that. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like everything you have here. Okay, I got it. I like it.
Cool.
So again, folks, Privy is nice enough because they wanted to come on the channel. I had to get a little give to get here. So they're now here every other week. They're giving you a discount. It is just ORAT, one rental at a time. It's 5 letters, ORAAT. Apparently, you get 30% off if you buy the yearly, and you get 20% off the first month if you sign up for it. If you want to go month to month just to test it out, go nuts. If you're ready to rock and roll, buy the year and save 30%. Benson or Scott, any closing thoughts?
No, it was great to get your input on that as an expert. We've been seeing this being developed for months now, and you get so close to it sometimes it's hard to get a good perspective on it, but I really appreciate someone in your position being able to look at it and give an objective perspective and opinion about what it is that we've built. And so thanks for like the positive remarks, and we look forward to like bouncing ideas off of you and showing you these new releases as we continue to build so that we can make this amazing for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Benson, I think I said this last time. It might have been off camera, but I'll say it on the record. I get asked to represent different products or software dozens of times a week. I take the time to respond to probably 10 or 15% of those because I dig in, and if I don't like it, it's not coming. So Scott did a great job. I played with it. But I do think Privy is going to answer 2 critical questions. I love one rental at a time. I'm willing to do the work, but I'm not sure where to go. Hence this video. Video number 2 is going to be, okay, I'm ready to rock and roll. I got my buy box. How can Privy help me? So we'll do that in a minute. Scott, thank you for reaching out, man. Thank you for the discount for the followers. I appreciate you. Let's get into video 3.
Let's do it.